Frozen squid is an important product in Peru's seafood export. It is a popular product in many countries, especially in Spain. It is highly valued in Spain due to its versatility in cooking, and also it used in a wide range of traditional Spanish dishes. The high demand for seafood in Spain makes frozen squid an essential product in their diet. Its popularity supports the trade between Peru and Spain. So, this report will look at what is needed to export frozen squid to Spain and the challenge Peruvian exporters face in the meeting Spanish rules. That will cover the main requirements for exporting frozen squid, following the rules that are required by the European Union. These rules include sanitary standards. The squid must be free of harmful bacteria and toxins. Spain follow strict health rules. And the next is the certification and traceability. Exporter must give certificate that prove where the squid come from. And the next is packaging and labeling. The squid must be labeled with the name, weight, and expiration date. And the packaging must keep the squid frozen during the transport. And the last is custom and tariff. Each country has its own rules for custom and taxes. These must be followed to avoid delay and extra cost. This report has three main objectives about exporting frozen squid. The first is identify access requirements that Peruvian companies must meet to export frozen squid to Spain. The next is research the relevant standard and accreditation in Peru and Spain. And the last is present findings and recommendation for company to better position themselves in the Spanish market.
So now let's talk about literature review access requirements. Let's begin by understanding the context of the Spanish market. Spain is one of the largest consumers of squid and octopus in Europe, but its domestic production is limited. However, domestic production is insufficient, averaging only 45,000 of tons compared to over 130,000 tons imported annually. Peruvian squid has become a strategic alternative due to its large size, lower cost, and high versatility. So now, what exactly are Spanish buyers looking for? According to market research, Spanish importers prefer frozen rings, tubes, and strips in 400 grams and 1 kilo bags. Ready-to-use formats that don't need extra processing in Spain, and they also prefer the consistent quality in appearance, cleanliness, and freezing. But before Peruvian squid can reach Spanish shelves, it has to meet strict technical requirements. Because based on the European Union import guide, the Seco Pesca and Prompts Peru market access reports, Peruvian exporters must meet strict conditions. First, they need a sanitary approval of the processing plant recognized by the European Union. The sanitary export certificate validated via TRACES system. They also need a catch certificate to verify the squid was not caught via illegal or unregulated fishing. And they also need the strict labeling and traceability, including the FAO catch area, the scientific name, method of capture, and freezing dates. So these documents must be 100% Correct. Otherwise, the shipment can be rejected at the European Union borders. So, from a more academic perspective, several theories help us understand this landscape. First, we have the global value chain. Mincetur highlights that Spain demands not just raw cuttlefish, but value-added products. So, to upgrade in the seafood value chain, Peru must move up the value chain and export finished or semi-processed squid. So then they need the institutional theory because the European Union rules act as a filters for legitimacy and trust. And the Porter's diamond model because Peru has a natural abundance, but competitiveness depends on more than natural resources. So like infrastructure, logistics, and strategic also matter.
Access requirements refer to the legal, technical, and commercial conditions that a product must meet to enter and remain in a foreign market. According to the International Trade Center, market access conditions define whether a product can legally enter a market and under what terms. These requirements are critical because they ensure compliance with health, safety, and environmental standards, protect public health and marine ecosystems, and help exporters avoid rejection, delays, or financial losses at customs. As allowed by the World Trade Organization, access requirements fall into three main categories. First, regulatory requirements that are mandatory rules established by the government, then standards, often voluntary but crucial for competitiveness, like certifications for example, and then market entry requirements that are business practices or expectations from buyers and retailers. According to the European Union Regulation number 853/2004, all fishery products entering the European Union must comply with strict hygiene, traceability, and health certification requirements. To export frozen squid from Peru to Spain or any country in the European Union, companies must meet certain regulations. First, in the regulatory requirements, Peru must appear on the European Union list of approved third countries for fishery product imports. Then, processing plants must be authorized by SANIPES, and products must be accompanied by an official health certificate issued by SANIPES certifying compliance with the European Union hygiene rules. Also, compliance with Regulation number 273/2005 on microbiology criteria is mandatory. Then, moving on with the standards, while they are not mandatory, certifications like the Marine Stewardship Council or the British Retail Consortium are often requested by European importers to prove sustainability and food safety. Finally, along the market entry requirements, Spanish and European Union buyers may demand eco-friendly packaging, full product traceability, and private quality audits. Preference for products that align with European Union Green Deal goals. According to ProChile and ProPeru, buyers in Spain value traceable, sustainable, sourced seafood and prefer suppliers with transparent supply chain.
First, we have Codex Alimentarius, who provides international food safety guidelines. For example, for frozen seafood, the key standards include Codex standards for quick frozen cephalopods. The number is Codex Stand 315/2015, which establishes requirements for temperature that is minus 18 degrees Celsius, hygienic handling, and labeling. Then we have the hazard analysis and critical control points, the HACCP, which is widely adopted system in seafood safety management. It is required by major importing countries like USA, European Union, Japan, and for example, SANIPES mandates that Peruvian exporters implement the HACCP plans approved and audited regularly. Many important authorities in Peru related to exporting are SANIPES, a National Fisheries Health Organization, is the primary authority overseeing the sanitary conditions of seafood in Peru, It ensures compliance with hygienic practices, certifies processing plants, and issues health certificates required for exporting to countries like where we want to export. Then we have Ministerio de Producción Produce. Through Produce, Peru regulates fishery and establishes quotas, fishing season, conservation measures related to quota, and this ensures sustainable harvesting and supports traceability for exporting chain. The most competent authorities in the European Union are DG Sante, which is the Directorate General for Food Safety and Health. They oversee the import conditions in general, and they requires listing of approved establishments, which microbiological criteria, traceability, labeling, and in accordance with the regulations EC number 853 and 2004. Finally, following the both Peruvian and European Union regulations, including the Codex standard, the HACCP system, and the specific European Union requirements, we ensure that our frozen jumbo flying squid meets all the necessary safety, quality, and traceability standards required for successful export to Spain.
Okay, so let's now take a look to our key findings and some practical recommendations for Peruvian companies aiming to export frozen squid to Spain. First, the demand in Spain is high, but their domestic production of cephalopods like squid and cuttlefish is not enough to meet consumers' needs. This opens an important opportunity for Peruvian exporters, especially if they can offer reliable supply and competitive prices. Second, Spain prefers value formats like pre-cooked rings or tubes in ready-to-cook packaging, usually between 400 grams and 1 kilogram. This shows that exporters must go beyond raw squid and invest in processing and presentation to be more attractive in this market. Third, exporting to EU, including Spain, means complying with strict sanitary and traceability requirements. Plants must be approved by both Sanipes and European Commission. Shipment needs valid health certificates through the trace system. Products must be labeled with full traceability, scientific name, catch area, lot number, and more. And don't forget to catch certificate which proves the squid was legally and sustainably fished. Now, here are our recommendations. First, invest in value-add processing. Companies should upgrade their facilities to produce pre-cut or clean squid in consumer-ready formats. So this adds value and matches Spain market expectation. Then 2, strengthen cold chain logistics. Ensuring that squid remains at less 18 centigrades or lower is crucial. Failures in freezing and transfer can result in rejection at the border. 3, improve labeling systems and documentation. So use digital traceability tools to make sure each product has clear, correct, and complete information. And the last one, 4, to take advantage of trade agreements. Under the Peru-EU Free Trade Agreement, exporters can benefit from zero tariffs if they comply with rules of origin and provide the EUR1 certificate. So this gives Peru a clear edge over competitors like China or India. And to finish the conclusions, so in conclusions, frozen squid represents a value export opportunity for Peru, especially in the Spanish market. However, success depends on more than just fishing and freezing. To compete globally, Peruvian exporters must meet technical requirements, add value through processing, and build trust with buyers by ensuring food safety and traceability. By adapting to these standards and investigation in infrastructure, Peru can move from being just a raw exporter to reliable supplier of high quality, ready to use seafood for international markets.